Daisy and Violet Hilton were sold to a freak show the moment they were born. And to make them more profitable, the Myers couple forced them into brutal training. One had to learn violin, the other saxophone, practicing 12 hours a day. Maybe it was because of all that effort, but people eventually cheered for them and treated them with respect. And when the Myers' abuse became unbearable, the sisters finally fought back in court and won. Back in those days, the Hilton sisters weren't just a twin act. They were real entertainers, big names who shared stages with famous performers. They even performed on the same bill as Charlie Chaplin. And Bart Howard, the man who later wrote Fly Me to the Moon, worked with them on the vaudeville circuit. Once called oddities, the sisters had risen to become real musicians, beloved artists in America. But the good times didn't last. Vaudeville faded away. Radio and movies took over. The stage lights grew dim and movie theater lights replaced them. Once again, the sisters stood at a crossroads. Violet, a film studio, just contacted us. A movie? What kind of movie? A musical. It's called Freaks. They want us to play ourselves as, well, the freaks. What? After everything we went through to escape that life, they want us to step right back into it? I know. I hate it too. But Violet, people are forgetting us. Fewer and fewer folks even know our names. This might be a chance. We show our faces again, and then we show them our music. Maybe we can rebuild from there. The movie Freaks. The title alone felt wrong, but they took the chance anyway. This time, it's our choice. Let's just think of it as promotion. And then opening night came. The theater was packed, but instead of laughs or applause, there were quiet gasps and whispers. Is that an actual person? My God, how can they show something like this? The sisters watched themselves on the screen, not as musicians, not as performers, but as curiosities again. Years of hard-earned respect felt like it collapsed in a single night. A few days later, the film was banned. Audiences called it disgusting. Newspapers called it the cruelest movie ever made. We really thought we could change how people see us, but never again, not in a movie like that. They believed a film would show the world they were human, that they were artists, but the world still stared only at their bodies. Even so, they didn't give up the stage. They still wanted to play, so they kept touring, wanting nothing more than to stay musicians. The golden era was gone, but their names still appeared on posters. Smaller than before, but it was something to hold on to. With what little fame the movie left them, they traveled across the country, bouncing between tiny theaters, clubs, burlesque shows, and the last dying vaudeville stages. One show ended, and they would head straight to another town. Their performances grew shorter, quieter, but on stage their eyes never stopped shining. The crowds weren't big, but at least they were close. Someone offered them a handkerchief. Someone else said, "I saw you years ago," with a warm smile. We're not done yet. As long as there's a stage, we're alive. But eventually the phone stopped ringing. The tour requests dried up, and the manager who once treated them kindly began to change too. Ticket sales were low. Venues delayed payment. There was barely enough for food, travel, or lodging. Then one day the tour manager said, "I'll go settle the accounts and be right back." And he walked off. He never returned. He left them there with nothing, no money, no lodging, no transportation, just the two sisters abandoned on the spot. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give it a like, and turn on the notifications.